Hello and welcome to the Uberforce Q&A. Today we are at the 162 episode on April the 5th, 2025. And today I have with me Appley.
Hello, everyone.
And myself. Shall we just go straight into it? Do you want to start with maybe some open store news?
Yeah, I can start with the Open Store. Let me just share my screen. And here it is. So we have a bunch of updated apps, and a lot have been made by one guy alone.
Ooh.
But I reassure you, it wasn't that bad because it was mostly translations upgrades. So thank you for keeping your application up to date and translated. But we have a couple of new applications this time. The first one that we have is Paperless UT. So Paperless is a client developed by Luxus to access paperless NGX accounts. So from what I know, I think it's some kind of Evernote kind of application. So yeah, it allows you to upload your files and keep track of it. Of course, you see the UI is pretty new, so it's not a fully feature complete applications yet, or at least not polished on the visual side, but it has a merit to exist, and it has already been updated, I think, once, if I'm not mistaken, but I can be wrong because I don't see the bottom of my screen. So thanks, Luxus, for this new app. I think it was a need for you to have access to paperless, and that's how it was brought to life, and that's how we do things here on UBPorts. The other new application we have is called Rodent Tube. So not much about it, except it seems to be linked to rats or other rodents. So it's kind of a parody of YouTube, I would say. And it might be a test project for Ricardo, called Ricardo as well, Van Gelderen. So yeah, another new app. We'll see where it lands. It has been released quite recently. And we have the updated apps. The first one you noticed would be the Open Store, which is installed by anyone. So everyone has seen this update, I suppose, if you have been watching your device. We have also an update on Mesa Max, also from Luxus, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So an update on the school scheduling thing for lunch, or management more than scheduling. We have also Nymea app, which is a client for domotics developed by Nymea. So they also released a new upgrade for this app, which is great. Alfred updated Quake 2. I say updated, but I'm not sure that it was available for Focal. So maybe it's the first release for Focal. Sadly, Alfred is not with us tonight. But yeah, he's working. So yeah, famous game Quake 2, the classic game that has been updated to Focal. We have the first app updated by Daniel Frost. Daniel updated a bunch of apps, mostly for translation, but he's also maintaining Cine, which is a lot of work because it needs to bring it up to its space, even if it's very, very much usable right now. I use it every day. So uTorch, which allows you to use your phone as a torch. Could be quite useful to use the slider to just manage the intensity of the light. We have also the X Explorer, which allows you to see the hexadecimal code of any color used. You can adjust them with the sliders below, and you have the code written. So it's useful for designers or developers that wants to have hard-coded color and see something tangible on your screen before that. Very nice, quite useful to have it on hand. We have also TEDIT that has been updated by Daniel, and he also made some fixes in this app. This is one of his dear app. We have also an update on Yarika, which let's say it's a surprise application that has been updated. I think it was on April the 1st. No hints in that. We have also time management beta that has been updated. And I've got more information on what is Monk Consulting or the different apps that you might have seen on the Open Store. So this app has been commissioned by one of our sponsors to a company that is working also with, I think, students, but I'm not sure about that. So yeah, they just use different repository just for managing their teams, their team effort. So that's why it has been released at first with another account and now with this one. So yeah, it's still the same team. It has been clarified to me. Thank you. We have also the activity tracker that has been updated again by Daniel Frost with translation. This app allows you to just track your movement based on your GPS location. Quite useful when at least for me, when I'm traveling abroad, and that I like to see where I went on a given day, where I was sightseeing, and so the next day I can plan for seeing other parts of the city or the country. We have also UT Translator that has been updated, which is a simple offline translator for Ubuntu Touch. So there was in this upgrade some new languages, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, that has been updated thanks to Dan Fro. Again, Daniel, you've been pretty busy lately, and thanks, Leon, for this app and the updates. We have also an update on Amazfish, which is an application allowing you to communicate with your Amazon, what it's called, Amazfit app, Amazfit watch, sorry. Yeah, and it works also with other kind of watches, some supported by AsteroidOS, the Pine Time, Bengal.js. So yeah, pretty good. We have Joseph Milich to thanks for this. We have also URSSs that has been updated, which is what is called RSS feed reader. Okay. And so yeah, thanks Hiran Yusan for updating your reader. And what is on the update? A lot of translation, I see. Some bookmarking also. So some fresh features that have been arrived on this this new release of this app. Oh my God, tonight will be a long night. And that's it for the new applications.
Yeah, I guess I would just jump straight into what's new in the core OS.
Yeah.
So I will quickly go through this. one thing that I will start with some of the improvements on Noble or 2404. For example, the push server has now been modernized completely, up-to-date Go packages, and is now more or less it's still in testing, but it's mostly working now, which is really nice. That has been merged in, and like 12 hours ago, so that will actually come in tomorrow's image. Maybe it isn't today's image, maybe, but at least tomorrow's image. There's some more renaming done, like the dialer app is now called Lumiri dialer app. This way we can include it to Debian and other distros without conflicting with anything. We also have some fixes on Lumiri. Like this one is quite nice. It's a virtual hint when left and right edge gesture area are resized. So this is like a hint on the side when those areas are resized. And to add to that also, this is by Kugi. Kugi has done more work, like add preferences to context menu in the terminal app. He has fixed layout errors in the terminal apps too. And he has implemented a navigation feature and a bottom bar toolbar on the file manager. Lionel has fixed some errors on the calendar app, some exec startup argument passing errors. We also have more great features from Kugi, which is the terminal app should close the app when the dialog is closed without education. So when you press no, it should close the application. That one is nice and fixes an issue that we had on Noble. Here's one for Lumiri, which is use available desktop area for screen space instead. This fixes some bug issues, especially on desktop. Alfred has shipped the Lumiri printer app. The Lumiri printer app is now in Noble, and you can try it out and print from your phone, which is quite nice. There's also more fixes to both the terminal app and the gallery app from Kugi. There is some fixes from the calendar app by Cosmia, some bug fixes there. There's a lot of great fixes in here.
Yeah, and it was somehow announced last time that now we need to work on the upside of the Noble version.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of work has been done on this front. That's great to see.
A lot of work, and there is also some Bluetooth fixes by Mohammed on Bluetooth profile. That one is quite nice, fixes some issues there. There's a lot of bug fixes on other applications. There's some Qt 6 dually build for the Lumiri download manager, so now that is able to build on Qt 6, which is also really nice. There's more printer app from Alfred. There are some fixes to the keyboard by Lionel. And also there's one for me, which is like VLT is now enabled by default on Fairphone 5. And also for some on the Mayatol device has also been enabled. And also it's working on the Poco X3 NFC now. I'm not sure if it's enabled by default there, but at least works. So that's great to see that VLT is expanding. I am experimenting with Fairphone 4 to get it in there, but it has a older firmware, so we also might need to update that for some of the cell networks to accept it. So overall, has been quite a lot of updates in the last weeks. Like this is just the start of it. I am now on page 3, and I'm already just on updated 4 days ago, or merged 4 days ago.
Yeah, so really a lot of activity recently.
Yeah, so I can't really go through all of them, but there is Qt6 fixes. There's more Qt6. There is printer app. There is some fixes for the online accounts. So it's backward compatibility with with Focal. There's also bug fixes for like tests on dbus CPP. There is a security fix for no, that's not a security. It's a backwards. We are building OpenSSL 1 for Noble.
For teleports.
For example, for teleports to have backwards compatibility. That one is quite important because a lot of our applications use that until the next it gets ported to the next version. I see that the Redmi Note 9 Pro has enabled ULT for multiple devices in that. I mean, there is, from what I read here, there is multiple devices on the same kind of branch. So there's multiple devices, at least 3 devices that I can see has got that enabled. There is more compatibility fixes from Rachanan. There's also one which is quite cool, which is the from Alfred, which enables the Pulsar UDEV detect module. This can help us with having USB-C audio working.
That's very much a feature that is expected by a lot of people to allow you to use your USB-C headphones that are shipped on many devices and that we cannot use at the moment.
Yeah, this might not might be reworked a little bit because we need to take care of calling with USB-C, and that has to go through the Android side. So it does require more work. It's not 100% yet, but at least it's a start.
Of course, nothing is easy.
Nothing is easy. If it's easy, it would already be done. Isn't that what they say?
Sometimes it's not that difficult either. It's just that it takes a lot of time, and we are so not enough people.
Yeah.
If we would have a clone machine, then maybe it would be possible, but we need 10 clones of every contributors to have a pretty good amount of work done quickly as the people expect.
Yeah. I will say that I'm not going to go through all of them because there's so much here. But I can mention like 2 of them, which is one from Rachanan, which is the fixes for Mir client to be able to handle bigger transactions through the protocol, which is because of it's needed because the XKB key maps has grown in size, and it has outgrown the Mir key map event size. So that one is a bug fix, and also might have some performance benefits too, because But yeah, I will stop there and just let everyone know that there has been a lot these 2 weeks. It has been quite nice to see. And I wonder if I should just jump straight into some experiment that I have been doing.
Oh, please do.
Yeah. So now that VoLTE is, I would say, functioning really well. I've been using it daily pretty much since I pushed it the last update, and I know other people has done that too. Um, so I haven't noticed much issues yet, other than some memory issues, which aren't that critical right now, but they should be fixed before release, of course. But then I have shifted a little bit of my focus, which is kind of in the same area, but that's eSIM.
Yeah.
So that's electronic SIM cards, which is the I would say the future of SIM cards. I would assume, at least in some years. But it's good to actually be on front of things instead of being behind the things. So that's great to get in. I now have everything working like the backend. We were using something called Alpac, which is a nice library that has Gbinder support, and it's quite nice. I have now implemented that and packaged that and build a QML library for it, and also started on rudimentary UI for it. So it will be in system settings where you can just add your SIM card with either QR. I added also QR code because that's seems to be most used.
Yeah, it's popular.
Yeah, and you can also type it in manually if you want or need to. There's also I have planned to maybe add support for the linking, but that requires more work, so maybe not in the first version, but at least where you can install, manage, enable, disable, delete your eSIMs. That's
Yeah, that's
progress.
very good because actually I was looking for a second plan, but it will come with an eSIM. Many providers now they provide one SIM, and if you need additional plans for, let's say, a tablet to have data on it or anything else, or backup uh, internet for your home, then they provide it by eSIM mostly. And uh, if you're on the same YouTube channel as myself as a viewer, then you also see those ads for eSIM providers for travelers around the world. So yeah,
Yeah,
this is the future. I'm right. I agree with you.
yeah. I think at least for like the main SIM, I think will take a couple of years, but at least for like additional SIMs and travel SIMs
Yeah.
and those kind of, and also some trend that has been happening here in Norway, for example, is that like the ultra cheap one, the providers only support eSIM because it's cheaper to manufacture, and
Yeah.
and yeah, well, it doesn't cost anything to manufacture a eSIM, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's the point.
and most phone manufacturers also provide one SIM slot and additional eSIM.
Yeah. So if you want to
So
have dual SIM card, you need to have one physical and one eSIM. So that
yeah,
also has been something that we can't. That's, for example, on the Fairphone 5, you can't utilize the other slot because we hadn't support eSIM to now. But now it's
it's
gonna be
getting there.
it's gonna be there.
Yeah, very nice. Um, yeah. Do you have also some news about another experiment that you are working on, which is morph browsers in Qt 6?
Yeah. So in parallel with this, I've also been working on the Morph browser and updating into Qt 6. It is has been kind of a little bit sidetracked because of the eSIM one, because that was a simpler task to do. So it's kind of great to get it done and done with, at least get it in there. But I've been doing parallel work. I now have a fully working click package that runs the browser. On this is Noble only, but it runs. Only downside is that it crashes when it tries to utilize the GPU. So it works. It works when you have software render, but not hardware render, which is not great. I'm trying to tracking down the issues, but it's kind of hard because the Chromium is so huge. First, it takes forever to build, but also it's kind of hard to debug these kind of issues because they are like Chromium is kind of monkey patch together with Qt, and Qt is the one providing the graphic pipelines, but Chromium is rendering it, and it's a lot to like wrap your head around. So, but I have gotten closer. I have gotten it to actually show and run for a little bit. So I'm on the track of actually finding out what the issues is, and it seems like it's some sort of null pointer in when it tries to fetch a context, EGL context.
Yeah, that will be my subtitle next time. Null pointer.
Null pointer. Yeah. You're dev null today.
Yeah, today I'm dev null. All right. Okay. Do you have other things, other experiments on your side? That's pretty much a lot already.
Yeah, it's been most of my time. It's only been 2 weeks. Can only do that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember last
For
time
sure.
I had a lot more, but this week I've been focusing on actually like getting done with the eSIM and Qt 6 browser, because especially Qt 6 browser at this point, or a better browser in general than what Morph is now, because it's too outdated. That's something I think it's one of the higher priority right now, because it really is needed, and same for eSIM also, because you are missing out on a lot of of um, of areas and like graphical areas that only support eSIM, for example. And VoLTE is also a great example. Now, people from the United States and India and some other countries that also only has already shut down 2G can actually use Ubuntu Touch now, which is great.
Yeah. And yeah, about some news, I have some as well, because yeah, and I think it's important for you to also to focus on one task, because it's great to have news about this, and this topic, but it's even nicer to have them pushed to be just working like VoLT is right now. So it's great when we get to just push to the finish line and get it done.
Yeah,
Put it
I
in
mean,
the done by.
yeah, I've been trying to reorganize myself, because before I was very chaotic and kind of did a lot of things at the same time, and some of them were always half finished. So that's something that really has been trying to completely reset my mindset, and trying to be more of, first of all, effective, where I can work faster and get faster things in, but also finishing things before I start on New York project. And like I set myself, I max 2 projects at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good discipline, and I'm a bit like this. And one project that is that has some progress, but is not yet here, is the Brax3 phone and the port of your Ubuntu Touch on it. I have some behind the scene news about this. Nothing official yet, but it's getting worked on. The Brax Technologies had some hiccups, like I announced last time, but they are working on it, and they are really want to have Ubuntu Touch working well on their device. And by working well, I mean feature complete, at least with the hardware compatibility, because they don't have in the Brax3 the DisplayPort over USB-C capabilities. but that's something that they told me that they want to implement for the next generation. So yeah, that's something that I'm really excited for, and hopefully we will have some news in the coming weeks or months. But they wanted also to show something tangible for you, so nothing yet to see, but it's being worked on, that's for sure. Yeah, what can I say? Other news? Not from my side. Maybe it's time to thank our sponsors. Let me find the banner because I didn't plan for this yet. So we thanks our sponsor without whom everything wouldn't be possible because we have a lot of infrastructure to take care of. So thanks Move, Vola, Pine64, Weinstein, DigitalOcean, Netlify, Odoo Community Association, Private Internet Access, Gardner and Associates, Consulting Incorporated, Tixia, GitLab, Cloudrun, CodeLutin, Gandhi.net, and Brax Technologies, because yes, we are now partners. We have also a lot of you that are contributors financially down on Patreon or LiberaPay. And we also want to thank all of you first, and also the more generous one, the ones that have a bit more means and that have been supporting us for a small amount of time or more. So this month we have Haythil, Adam Avelka, Conspy, Daniel Franchak, Heather Ellsworth, Jose Angel Escura, JT, Caleb Clark, Kenneth Drew, Linus Rune, Luigi311, Marty McFly Jr., Michael Kellner, Mr. T10001, Omegus, Pavel Arnost, PK, Robin Hood, Rondarius, Spendy Hose, Tafitson. We have also selected random 5 donators of lesser amounts, but since still significant for us. Angel Granados Gonzalez, Jap Decker, Volker Thiel, Michael Stevens, and Hemens Toffers. So thank you all for donating. It helps. Every cent helps. And also your support, because we have also people on Patreon that are just free members, and it shows support, and that's highly appreciated. And also don't hesitate to show love to your favorite developers and contributors to the project. It can be done on Telegram, on the forum, or anywhere. If you also want to donate, and if you want us to mispronounce your name like I butchered those poor people, you can head to ubpros.com/donate, or you can also go to our shop, because we have some merch to spread the word about the best OS in the world and the best community as well. Head over to ubpros. Nice t-shirt. You can go to ubpros.com/shop to, like Mom said, it won't make us rich, but it will make us famous. It might make us famous. But
It will.
it's already, we are already famous at my work site. Everyone now knows I always, with my hoodies from UBports and spreading the word about Ubuntu Touch. Do the same, it helps us a lot.
It does. I've been actually, which is quite nice. I haven't really noticed that before, but the last like year or so, I have been stopped by people here in Norway that asked, "Oh, that's you're part of the Ubuntu Touch," and it's really nice. And I also like gotten people that has recommended me Ubuntu Touch, which is quite nice.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
No, it hadn't got this way, but yeah, I was. Some people approached me and said, "Hey, Ubuntu Touch, is it an old hoodie or is it something that is still around?" I said, "Yeah, it's pretty much alive."
Yeah.
So yeah, now we can head to the questions. We take the questions a few days before the live stream. Um, it's often on Monday or Tuesday that that the post has been made on the forum. And today we have few questions. The first one is from Stan Wood, who has effectively two questions. The first one is, given the exciting developments over the past few weeks, and especially with the addition of VOLT on some devices on Dev Channel, are you planning to release a further stable OTA on the focal branch?
Yeah, so there's currently no like officially planned for it. It really all depends on how fast slash slow the release of Noble will be. But I think there probably will be. I think it's probably a 70% chance that there will be another stable release for Focal, since the first Noble release will not be like it will be completely opt-in and people can switch to it if they want to. While the next release will be like continuation, then the Focal branch will stop and development or Noble will be the target per se.
So for the first stable release of Noble, we will have two official supported branches, and for the second release of Noble, the second stable, it will be only Noble.
Yeah.
So so it gives people some time to transition and to be comfortable about switching to Noble. They will have some feedback from early adopters about what apps are supported on Noble, or if even if it hasn't been released, especially for Noble, maybe it still works. So this kind of test could be done during this transition time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second question from Stanwood is, Canonical has officially announced that it has integrated the API of the open source location provider BeaconDB into its repositories with the next release of version Ubuntu 25.04. Could this addition open up a future perspective for AGPS functionality on Ubuntu Touch? And they conclude by, thank you very much. Can't wait to watch the Q&A 162.
So
thank you.
So yeah, this can open up the possibility. The only thing with BeaconDB currently is still not that populated. It's still missing a lot of areas. So how effective it will be in the beginning, probably for the more crowded areas like Central Europe and a lot of the main cities in Europe will probably be there, like USA probably also. But more remote areas will probably not have all that yet. So it now has like almost 2 million towers, which sounds a lot, but compared to how many there are out there, it's not. So yeah, but when or if it gets more popular and grows and adds more cell towers and feeds more information to the database, the more people that have a feeder. Currently now it's only a Android app that has the feeder functionality, but if we would use this, we probably also would add a feeder application where people can contribute like cell towers and Wi-Fi beacons and all that, Bluetooth beacons even. So that's also something that we might consider if we go that route. It's probably the route we are going because there's not much options out there other than some proprietaries and like Google's probably not the best one to use. Then we probably would need a proxy or something like that to be able to provide it in more privacy friendly, but I think BeaconDB is probably the better way of going. But yeah, it's yeah, I hope that answers that. But we still are missing the functionality of eGPS, AGPS outside of like in now we have like rudimentary support in the location service that we use, but it still needs to triangulate or get cell tower information and neighbor cell tower. That's something that's not currently in there, so that's also needs some work.
Yeah. Yeah, tricky point, the AGPS thing. We have not really a question from Domu BPKM, but they say, I think you should reinvite quickly Hello World System, a special Q&A with Vola, for example, through the dear Mr. Wurzer and the highly appreciated developers, the Kit and Yami. So that they can speak of the evolution of the Vola with Noble and VOLT, and that they can answer all the questions that each asks themselves. Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be interesting to have a special Q&A with guests. I like it when we have guests.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could be a good thing. We will think about it and maybe try to get in touch with them and see if someone is available at some point. And maybe they will prefer a later date so they can announce maybe some newer devices or something like this, which will be good in their marketing plans. So yeah, that's doable. At least we are open for it.
Yeah.
And we have Mr. LNG that is also asking a question. The Mir team, including me, have been helping with some issues updating desktop memory to the latest Mir 2.20. While that has gone well, it is just a part of modernizing the Lomeri technology stack. How is that larger task going? What more is needed before we can install a complete Lomeri desktop environment based on Mir 2 from a distro repository or PPA? And they also have a following up question that are there plans to update Ubuntu Touch 2?
Yeah, I can answer this in. I will take actually the middle question first,
Yeah.
which is what is needed so we can have install a complete Lomeri desktop environment. Is currently we can already do that. In Debian, Mir we have Mir 2.20, and we have Lomeri running on top of that already. Same with the PPA. We have a PPA that pulls in from Debian and builds it for Ubuntu. And now with the new Perkly release, we will actually also get that into main Ubuntu. So that's not that far off. So currently, yeah, you can install it currently. It's still buggy, but it is fully functional. I use it daily. I switch between laptops, but when I use my yoga, I have fully used Lumiri on it, and it for me it works great. But it, as I said, it's more bugs to be fixed, and that's kind of goes in the larger task of modernizing the code base and even modernizing it to the point where we move to Qt6 and those kind of things too, using more technology and also ripping out some of the legacy things. Those two wheels are kind of going in steps, but we are currently focusing on getting as much functionality and usability of the system before we start more larger tasks. It will be really great to have it like fully functional desktop environment that like is actually comfortable to use without it having issues that are annoying, because it does have some issues now that makes it a little bit annoying. For me, it's fine, but there is some issues with uh, with the cursor and multi-display, and some of them are already on the way to be fixed. So there has been a push on desktop side lately too. And also follow question with the plans to update Ubuntu Touch 2. So Ubuntu Touch, as you know, probably know, is running on Halium, except for PinePhone and those devices. But other devices are using Halium, which is compatibility layer that allows us to use the Android drivers. And with that, we have a special platform plugin for Mir that is able to talk with that driver. That is still requiring to actually be ported to Mir 2, and also be ported to Mir 20, which has the new platform API. So I have talked about this before, where I have gotten to a point where it's working, but it was really unstable. But that was using the old platform API, and it has much of it has to be rewritten, and also like re-engineered in some way to work with the new platform API. So that's also a big task to do. And also on Ubuntu Touch, we currently still use. Oh, I forgot to put that on mute. I'm sorry. So yeah, we are using Mir client, so we need to move over to Wayland too. And I need to run and take this for a second. So Apple, just take over a little.
So in the meantime, because I'm not that versed in the Mir 2 ports, I will take some questions, some quick, easy questions from the chat, because I saw some of them. First of all, okay, no need for that. Okay, I didn't do anything, just blabbing.
Okay, that's great. But yeah, as I stated, we need to move to Wayland. This also is a task. Not that actual switching itself is probably going to be fine, because we already have like Q to Wayland and all that already working. But there most likely will be issues when we move over. We don't know how much issues there will be. Like currently, it seems to be working, but there also need to be taken into consider like performance. Has the performance improved or degraded? It has to be regression, and all this needs to be addressed. I'm really hoping for performance improvement, but it can go both ways, since Wayland hasn't been that much used on phones. It mostly has been desktop built. But yeah, again, Wayland is mostly just the protocol and all that. So it's the implementation lays in Mir. So that's going to be great to see how that progresses. But that needs to happen first. Maybe not like all apps move over like immediately. Maybe we need the new Mir to have a proper or performant Wayland implementation. So maybe not the current Wayland implementation we have on Mir 1 is actually up to the task. So that's also something we need to consider. So yeah, there is quite a lot of possibilities and also issues that needs to be solved before. But we don't really have a concrete like timeline for it. First priority now is browser and Noble and getting an updated stack. So after that, then task like Mir 2 is coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that does it. We have also some questions in the chat, and I was about to answer the easiest one of them. which is from Amy, that said, surely the server costs something to run for eSIM. Yes, but they also run for just making the connection with the devices. So even with a regular SIM, it doesn't cost too much.
Yeah, I think the percentage, like it's probably less than 0.00001 cent to drive that per SIM card concerned to each SIM card costing like probably like $5 to produce. Maybe not the ultra mass produced, but like the smaller one actually, yeah, pays for it, and shipping and all that.
We have also a question from Jean-Luc Livemont, who asks, what do you think of the UWolf work that has been done?
I have to say, pronunciation there was spot on. And I'm not even French. Aren't we supposed to butcher the names?
I will come to this question.
Okay, yeah, the uWolf actually is quite nice. For people that don't know, the uWolf application has packaged LibreWolf, which is again Firefox fork slash ongoing forking. So what it does is it modifies Firefox to be more privacy friendly and has some extra layers on top of it, like, and also ad blockers. And it actually works pretty well for being like a desktop browser. It doesn't, of course, doesn't scale that well because it is a desktop browser, and Firefox itself would require some work to actually adapt. But that's not uWolf's fault. That's more Firefox not being having a convergent environment, which would be nice to have at some point. But yeah, hopefully one day, and one way. Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, I think it's amazing. I love having more option of browsers. I hate for it to just had one browser, which would be Chromium based, which is what happens on, for example, iOS, where you can only use WebKit, even though you download another browser, it still uses WebKit. And even on Android at this point, like Firefox on Android is still using Chromium in the background because they dropped the. So for me, I think it's absolutely necessary to have multiple browsers. So I think that, yeah, I think it's great. To sum it up in very, very long sentences, I think it's great.
Yeah, and me too. I haven't tried it yet, but I followed up some discussions. I don't remember if it was on Telegram or on the forum, but yeah, it's very interesting to follow the issues that happened and how we can also integrate it for the future maintainability of the operating system in all. So that's always interesting to have options. And to stay on the navigator thing, we have a question that I will butcher this name this time by Tvoje Mama, who asks about GitLab. Is it working on Qt6 Morph? Have you tried it?
Yes, I have, and it works. Yeah, it just with the newer desktop browser and newer Chromium browser, it's working great. It's yeah.
Very good.
I was looking for it because I remember taking a screenshot of it because I currently don't have it on my daily driver. I do have. Let me see if I even have that. That's would be. Right, no, so I currently don't. Yeah, I was taking a picture of something completely different, which was.
If it's a picture of your cat.
Yeah, no, it's DuckDuckGo. So yeah, no, but I have tested it. And next time I will come with more demos.
Yeah, great. And yeah, Amy also asked about if I donate enough money, will you intentionally try to mispronounce my name? If you
Yes.
specify that you want us to mispronounce your name specifically, we will do our best to mispronounce it.
Or if you say that,
Absolutely.
or if you say that you want us to mispronounce it, we will not
Yeah.
mispronounce it.
It will be a double mispronunciation.
Yeah, it's reverse.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. Thank you all for coming. Oh,
Hmm?
so we have a reaction from Amy's specified. I don't know what it was referring to about the eating socks, but
Yeah, this is.
but Jean-Luc reacted that. Do you think eating socks will help with to pronounce your name? I don't know because I never tried eating socks, but maybe it will improve my pronunciation. I don't know. Until I tasted it, I don't know.
But this is it's a bit of a old inside joke because Amy has been here for a long time,
Yeah.
and this comes from I remember I said a while back. I don't remember what I said it to, but I said I would eat a sock if something doesn't work. I don't remember what it was, but I said that I will eat a sock if I don't get it to work or something like that, and it has stuck here.
Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't have taken you to this world. No need to eat socks even if it doesn't work. It will work eventually one day.
I didn't have to eat a sock. That's that.
Yeah, pretty good.
Sock cake.
Sock cake. You give me ideas.
No. Yeah, but it's a cake that looks like a sock.
Yeah,
It's not.
probably
It's not.
this way.
Yeah, it's not a sock. It's not a cake made of socks.
Made of
Okay.
socks.
Yeah. Anyway,
Socks 5. Yeah.
socks right. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it for today.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone for joining. It was a fun one, an interactive one. Thank you, Amy. You made me laugh all the time. And yeah, we will see you in a couple of weeks. Until then, take care of you and bye-bye. And now the awkward ending. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Until it decided to end now.